little pumpkin ghosts. Good morning, my little pumpkin Pop-Tarts. How is everyone doing today? I hope that you all are well. If this is your first time here, then hello. My name is Carrington. Welcome to my channel. If you enjoy unboxings, full face of nothing new, hauls, whether that be makeup, non-makeup, if you enjoy shop my stashes, get ready with me, reviewing new products, reviewing old products, favorites, fails, empties, and sprinkling in some true crime here and there. If you enjoy all of that, then definitely go ahead, hit that subscribe button, click the little bell so you're notified of all my future uploads. As well, if you have been here 10 times, 100 times, 50 times, 2 times, anywhere in between there, you obviously keep coming back, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. Click the little bell so you're notified of all my future uploads. I'm sure all of you guys would love to join this dumpster fire, dumpster fire, dumpster fire of a channel. And let's go ahead and let's get into today's video. So Christmas has come and passed, and now it's time for New Year's. So I decided that I'm going to do my makeup, full face of makeup, using some products that I love, nothing new. This is a full month of nothing new. And we are going to hear about some murders that happened around the New Year's holiday. So if you guys are excited to see what look I come up with, what murders we have to talk about, then definitely keep on watching. Murder number 1. Christian Gomez was diagnosed with schizophrenia and was very withdrawn. He did not communicate with others, but did talk with the voices in his head. At night, he would take his mattress and put it against the wall and would spend the night sitting in the dark living room of his mother's home where he resided in Florida. His mother was so terrified of him that she would sleep with a knife under her pillow. The state of Florida is one of the worst in the nation when it comes to funding to mental health. There are never enough beds, funding, or programs for those who have mental health issues. Christian was once described as a happy child who was well behaved, but when he turned 18, all this changed. He was unable to hold down a job, couldn't drive, stopped showering because he believed he was being watched through the TV, and he isolated himself from everyone and would often be seen standing in the backyard talking to God and the stars. His mother, Pia, kept a stack of papers of all professionals and state agencies she tried to get into contact with in hopes of getting her son long-term treatment. However, with little to no support from anyone, Pia ended up having to leave her job so she could stay home with Christian full-time. Pia had to crush his pills and sprinkle it in his food because he refused to take them. Once he discovered this, he said she was trying to poison him. On December 30th, 2014, his grandparents took him to see his therapist, where it was decided that he would need to find a new one. On December 31st, 2014, he cut off his mother's head. He then placed the head in a trash can outside the home. He had been planning this for 2 days because he was so upset with his mother because she had been trying to get him to put boxes in the attic, and he did not want to do this. The body was found by his older brother Mario, who heard a scuffle in the garage, where he found the axe and trail of blood leading to his mother. He then called the cops, and Christian was charged with the crime. He was sentenced to a state mental hospital where he stayed for 3 years and was made to take his medications. After 3 years, he was made to stand trial, where he was declared competent on July 9th. This was important in his case because if he was sentenced to a mental state and then it later declared no longer a threat by a doctor, then he could be set free without any conditions. So, instead, they kept him in the mental hospital long enough for his medications to keep him calm and help him go from attacking correctional officers to being able to sit across the table to discuss his case. It was then that he accepted a plea deal where he will serve 25 years, and when released, he will be on probation for 10 years where he will have to continue his treatment or face more time. The second case. On December 31st at 10:06 p.m., police were called to a convenience store on reports of a shooting. When officers arrived, they found a man in a vehicle who had been shot. He was transported to the local hospital where he was pronounced dead. It was later determined that Harith Hamid had shot him because his girlfriend was sleeping with the victim, Matthew Webster. So Hamid shot him and then drove him to the convenience store, parked the car, and left him there. The third crime. Shortly before midnight on December 31st, 2019, Sydney Ramos de Arua entered a home where a New Year's party was taking place and opened fire with his 9mm handgun. He killed 12 people, including his estranged wife, 8-year-old son, and he injured 3 others before shooting himself. He left a recorded message on his phone apologizing for his actions right before going to the home, where he then killed 12 people plus himself. One guest was able to make it to a bathroom and call the police once the gunfire started. One neighbor told police that though it was they thought it was the fireworks in the background that they were using to bring in the new year instead of it being actual gunshots. That is, until a victim ran over to their house bleeding and asking for help. Police soon arrived on the scene and gave everybody medical attention. The last murder. New Year's Eve 2017, Scott Kalogi was 16 at the time he killed his mother, father, sister, and Mary Schultz. His brother, grandfather, and another friend were in the home, but they were unharmed. He went upstairs minutes before midnight, took an AK-47, loaded it with 2 magazines with bullets, and turned out the lights so his mother could not see him when she came to look for him. When his mom went up the stairs, he shot her 5 to 7 times in the chest and torso. It was then that his father came up to see what was going on, and that is when he was shot in the back. He then went downstairs to the kitchen, where he put 4 bullets into a woman who he referred to as Grandma, as she was his grandpa's longtime girlfriend. Then he turned the gun on his sister and shot her 3 times to the chest and head. He intended to kill more, he told detectives, as he put 30 bullets in each clip and was going to shoot until he had none left. He even stated that he thought about shooting his neighbor. What stopped him was when he saw his grandpa fall to his knees and get emotional seeing his dead girlfriend. That is what Scott said snapped him back to reality, as before then he just blacked out. His older brother then came and said, "Scott, what are you doing? I'm calling the cops." Scott then stated that he just shook his head, went upstairs, and waited for the police. Scott had been diagnosed with autism, and he did require a lot of special assistance, which required him to be cared for by his mother, and he was unable to attend the same public school as his siblings. He stated that he was upset with everyone and that he just blacked out. He can't really recall a lot of details. Scott will now be tried as an adult on 4 counts of first-degree murder and a charge of possession of a firearm for unlawful purpose. He faces a minimum 30 years and a maximum life with no possibility of parole for each count. His trial will be in the future. All right, so this is the final look. It's not super intense. It's not anything super smoky. Of course, you can do whatever you want for your New Year's look. You can go super smoky, bring things down the lower lash line, lashes, things like that. The reason why I personally didn't, make sure there's nothing in my teeth. The reason why I personally didn't is because like holidays like Christmas, for example, I feel like is really like an all day kind of event where I want everything to last and look really, really good. So, you know, sometimes you'll get there, you know, early in the morning, help cook like Christmas lunch or dinner. You know, you'll open presents. The kids will be opening presents, white elephant gifts, playing games, things like that. At least for our side of the family, it can last for hours. Like almost all day. Like it's an almost all day event. Whereas New Year's, I feel like I'm going out around 6, 7, might go out to dinner before like 5 o'clock. And then, you know, heading over somewhere. I don't really like to go to like clubs or out to anywhere. We'll usually go to like somebody's house and we'll drink and play games. And then we'll usually Uber home. Easy. And it literally lasts maybe like 5 or 6 hours, 8 hours tops. So I feel like that this makeup is going to last and look good for a solid 8 hours. Also on New Year's, I'm drinking. So I don't want lashes because I will lose my lashes. I will probably stick them to like the Uber's window. Like it'll be all over the place. So a lot of times I will just come home and crash right in bed. So I don't want pounds and pounds and pounds of makeup on when really I just want something light. So if I do, you know, drink a little bit too much and I go home, I just want to be able to crash and not have it get everywhere. So I think that this is like a really simple New Year's look. Still looks good. But I think it is something that's really nice and simple, but still looks good. So this is definitely something that I would definitely be wearing a whole lot on New Year's. I think this is a great New Year's look. Let me know what you guys think down below. Are you one that likes to go big or go home for New Year's with your makeup? Are you one that you also like something light? Because probably by the end of the night, you are a little bit gone, a little bit intoxicated. Let me know all that down below. Let me know what kind of New Year's makeup do you do? Or do you stay home and literally don't do your makeup, wear your PJs on the couch? I'm about that life too. So let me know all that down below. Let me know what you guys thought of today's murders. They were quite interesting. Be prepared for the one in January. I have a whole entire story. This is like a national story, worldwide story, and I'm really excited to share you. Usually I've been just talking about murders on holidays. Not really a whole lot of holidays in January. So definitely, most definitely, going to be talking about one case that still to this day blows my mind. Still does. It's wild to me. But if you guys enjoyed this video, then definitely give this video a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Click the little bell if you have not yet already. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!